Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash, and the honors to apostles and others who grant millstone salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I am Noah Allah from GM Chicago. And, just coming back with another lesson. Now you have a looming port strike, alright? Just waiting to happen. And this will all begin in October 1st, alright? It says port workers from Maine to Texas are set to strike Tuesday, alright? October. Well, nonetheless, while people are distracted by Diddy, alright, while people are distracted by some other shit on the news, a lot of people don't realize that a major strike is actually about to occur, alright? Though willing that it does occur, because, hey, you never know. Shit always gets overturned a lot of times, even the strikes that were about to occur, years back, like that one, with that one strike where, I guess it was train workers, they won't be using, these train systems from delivering goods and shit. But hey, that strike has been overturned. But hey, the one that this strike doesn't get overturned, because hey, this is a prophecy is about to be fulfilled. All right, here in America. And hey, this is something real major that nobody's really paying attention, because shit's about to get real bad out here. All right, people are not going to be able to have access to food like they used to. All right. Well, nonetheless, let's go ahead and see an article, and this is on the mainstream media right now, but people are just distracted about Diddy. All right, it says East Coast port strike looms for the first time since 1977. Here's what to know: thousands of dock workers at every major East and Gulf Coast port are getting to strike starting early next week, threatening to close trade gateways that handle about half of all goods shipped in containers in and out of the U.S. Negotiations between the UN representing dock workers and shipping industry group representing terminal operators, ocean carriers have been stalled for months, with both sides this week issuing conflicting statements about their willingness to bargain. Skip all this shit. But yeah, they're trying to negotiate a deal right now. But I think this is really it. I believe this is it. I believe all hell is literally about to break loose. All right. Because hey, this strike, this is just not one part of America that they're talking about. Really, it's literally like every port that's going on strike. All right. Every port. No, everywhere all across America, is going on strike. All right. And real soon, you're about to see how useless your dollars are. All right, you're about to see how useless your cash is. All right, you're gonna see food shortages in your grocery stores. All right. But here it says experts say a shutdown could severely hamper the flow of goods and raise shipping costs. Any spike in such expenses could be passed on to consumers just as U.S. inflation normalizes, and even potentially hinder the Federal Reserve as it finally pivots, lowering interest rates. Here's what to know about the labor fight. But yeah, the cost of living is about to get intense. All right, a lot of people are gonna be broke in these last days. Hey, that's okay, cause hey, that's according to prophecy. Yeah, this is really gonna disrupt the U.S. economy for sure. God damn, what the fuck? Oh shit. Alright, so this is what impact could a strike have? Well, it says the ports that could close in a strike handle more than 68% of all containerized exports in the U.S. and roughly 56% of containerized imports, according to industry data. So even a short strike would cause significant disruption in regional trade flows. One analysis estimated that could cost the U.S. economy as much $5 billion a day. Damn. For an example, heavier vehicle traffic is likely at key points around the nation as freight is diverted to West Coast ports. For every day of a port strike, it would take 4 to 6 days to catch up with the backlog in ships. So just one day, it would take four really to for one day it would take 4 to 7 days to catch up with a backlog in ships. Just to cover up, a day's work would working at that port would take almost 7 days. And think about um, the food shortages and shit. Your groceries, the lack of food that these people are going to be having. All right, really, these people they're about to pay more for food while their dollar is being devalued. All right, but yeah, you know, uh, it's in the scriptures. All right, we're about to see food shortages. All right, Second Esdras chapter 6 verse 22. And hey, the scripture says suddenly. All right, suddenly, and nobody's paying attention. I believe this is really it. I believe that this strike is actually gonna happen. All right, because it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Your grocery market. Your markets. All right. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And this is something that nobody's paying attention about. Nobody's actually paying attention that a strike is actually about to happen on October 1st. And the scripture literally says, and suddenly, all right, where people least expect it, shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be found empty. Yeah, that's something, all right. Shit's bound to happen. All hell's about to break loose. But here's Second Esdras 15 and 16. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Talking about that modern day weapon, all right, a gun. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes. In the course of their action shall stand in their power. And there's about to be lawlessness, all right. When you can't have your necessities that you need, all right. When you can't eat, when you can't drink, all right. Uh, these people are gonna go buck wild on each other. All right, they're about to right. You know, they're about to rob each other. They're about to, kill each other. All right, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Verse 17, a man shall desire. Yeah, they're not gonna regard the kings nor persons as either. All right, because in that time, all right, it will be just utterly lawlessness. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law is about it soon will be declared too. For because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but they shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. And yeah, there will be food shortages, just like as what you just read in these articles right here. All right, a looming port strike is about to happen. And hey, let's not forget about the grinding season, all right? Because when your goods start coming in, best believe that there will be layoffs on all kinds of companies, on all kinds of jobs. There will be layoffs. There will be, we're heading into an economic depression. Right? Actually, we're actually in one right now, but just people don't realize it. But we're entering into the toughest part of an economic depression. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. All right, the grinding is ceasing. All right, there's about to be no work for Egypt. Because once these shortages come, there will be a lack of work. Right? While your dollar is devalued, while you have to pay more for groceries, while there is food shortages. All right? Yeah, it's not looking too bright for America. All right? It's not really looking too bright for America's future at all. Verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. But yeah, this is Bible prophecy, all right? The day of the Lord is about to be darkness and not light. It's not gonna be great for these people anymore. At the end of the day, the Lord's elect are gonna make it out. The Lord's elect are going to be fed in these times. All right, according to Psalms 91. But anyways, hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.